Welcome to Fool's Crown. It's your boy Devin. The Wheel of Time's back at it with season 2. You know what that means. This video is going to be about what you should know before watching season 2 of Wheel of Time by your resident Wheel of Time expert, your boy. We're going to start with a completely inaccurate summary of Wheel of Time season 1. Spoilers.
After being told a bedtime story about how a wheel made fantasy Satan and Jesus fight, Wheel 36, Merlin and her bodyguard go on a quest to find the second coming of Jesus because Satan is back for round 2. Search leads to Fantasy, Oklahoma, where the locals are preparing for Fantasy Christmas. The story picks up with Egwene coming of age by nearly drowning. She celebrates by throwing it back for her boy, Rand, the local himbo. Afterwards, she immediately rejects him. He's like, "I love you." She's like, "I plan to go into healthcare," which require a vow of celibacy. Rand's like, "What?" Nynaeve, who's already in healthcare, has the power to listen to the wind beatbox. Mactrum, a local thief. Life is an absolute mess. Perrin is happily married, even though that's not book accurate and only introduced to make jar drama. What the Moiraine and Land show up, or he's attacked the village kidnapping Nynaeve. Perrin bodies his wife for no reason. Moiraine melts the furries, then kidnaps the 4 beautiful young people. The leader of the White Cloaks, A-Man Baldy, eats an angry bird while watching an Aiel Sedai burn because evil.
Because the flavor doesn't come only from the bird. Its bones and beak and feet cut the inside of your mouth. Not so much that it hurts, just enough that you bleed.
Moiraine tells Egwene she's a wizard.
It's the wind that listens to you.
The young people have wet dreams about Satan. When the furries catch up to them, they make a decision to escape into the Shadar Logoth, where Matt gets addicted to heroin and suffers from withdrawals for the rest of the season. Turns out, Nynaeve survived the first trolley attack. After the Shadow Realms revolves, the Scooby Gang is split up. Matt starts acting sus because of his withdrawals. As Matt and Rand argue about going home or continuing the quest, they meet Tom Merlin and a real one enters the chat. Homie saves him from a Satan worshiper and Slender Man. Perrin and Egwene meet a group of colorful homeless people and they learn the way of the bitch. Nynaeve, Moiraine, and Lan get led by angry feminists to meet false Jesus. The feminists are attacked by Christians. The Christians are defeated by the power of Harry Potter and one of the feminists is killed. Nynaeve also learns she's a hairy wizard. The game is successfully magically neutered. Angry Bird shows up with the Vatican secret police and starts beating up the homeless people. Egwene and Perrin are captured by the secret police. Perrin is tortured until the dog is unlocked. Turns out some people really do have tools in them. With the Power Wolf Gang, they escape the Crusades. The gang gets reunited in Tarvalin, where they meet an ogre, no swamp. Moiraine takes his weirdly blade-shaped heroin away. Matt looks pretty rough for the rest of the season. A few days later, the wizard president, Seanchan, shows up. They give her the lowdown on the current events, and then later that night, Moiraine licks her down low. Moiraine gets exiled so she can babysit the yokels. Moiraine takes them to the back room so they can travel through Mordor. As the door to the back rooms closes, Matt decides to stay behind. Everyone's like, "Matt, what the fuck?" And he's like, "Nah, dog. Last time I went to a crazy place like that, I came out with a crippling drug addiction." Pan and Fane, traveling salesman, and a character I forgot to mention earlier, is also traveling to the back rooms for unknown reasons. They arrive in Fal Dara and visit Elmendred of Farshaw. Like I mentioned before in the first video, it's one of my favorite characters, but she's only on one episode. What the? Rand realizes he's fantasy Jesus and goes with Moiraine to fight Satan. Fal Dara army gets destroyed by Furfest 2022. Aiel Sedai defeat the furry invasion with the Harlem Shake. Only Nynaeve and Egwene survive the battle. Perrin finds the Horn of Valyr and immediately gets bodied by Pat and Fane. As it turns out, he was a devil worshipper the whole time. Who knew? Moiraine gets her magical tubes tied by an impromptu surgery from Satan. Rand turns down the chance at an interracial relationship and a beautiful beige baby to defeat Lucifer. After the battle, Rand decides to solo the rest of the campaign. When Lan finds Moiraine later, she realizes that wasn't the actual devil and the apocalypse is still on. Native Hawaiians show up and cause chaos.
The first thing we're going to talk about is Seanchan. They made their appearance at the very end of the last season. The Seanchan are from a continent of the same name across the Arctic Sea. The nobility of the Seanchan are descendants of a figure known as Arthur Hawkwing. Without explaining too much, Arthur Hawkwing is like King Arthur, Alexander the Great, and Charlemagne, all rolled into one. And I'm talking about Charlemagne, the Frankish ruler, not Charlemagne the god, the hip-hop influencer. After the Trolloc Wars, Arthur Hawkwing sent his son Luther and a fleet to conquer the continent of Seanchan. The fleet never returned and was thought to be lost. However, the fleet made it to Seanchan and they spent 800 years conquering and subjugating the people continent. Now with the least challengers known as Soldam and various dinosaurs, they are here to conquer the continent in an event they call the Return. The Aiel. Shown in a flashback to Rand's birth, and the corpse of one was in Breen Springs whenever Rand and Mat were visiting. The Aiel are a mysterious warrior race that live in a desert known as the Wastes. There are 12 clans of Aiel led by a group of women known as the Wise Ones and their clan chiefs. In the society of the Aiel, both men and women participate in combat, which is not common in the Wheel of Time universe. They have their own strict moral code called the Ji'ito, which is the foundation of their society, and they have their own legends about the Karn or the Dragon Reborn, the Forsaken. Forsaken are a powerful group of channelers who led the Dark One's forces during the War of Power. There used to be dozens of these Forsaken, but as time went on, the term Forsaken started to refer to the 13 most powerful members. These 13 were sealed with the Dark One at the end of the war. There's rumors online that they might not have all 13 in the TV show, but you know, who knows? I hope they do. They're pretty badass.
This video was supposed to talk about characters that they had confirmed were being introduced in Season 2. But since it came out so late, we decided to stick with major factions. Stay tuned, we jump right back into the episodes, starting with a review/impressions of episodes 1 through 3. Peace!
Well, you made it to the end of the video? Badass! Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more from Fool's Crown, and we'll see you in the next one.